Hello, it's Bishop Jim Dunlop, and one of the things that we've always been asked to do as the Synod is to effectively communicate. So one of the things I like to do is sometimes put out a video message. Sometimes it's carings and sharing, sometimes the Lutheran, the website, stories, but today a video. We've been doing a number of videos on the bright spots in our ministry, and there are lots of new and creative ways that the church is growing, and there's excitement in the Synod for lots of possibilities. Last year's assembly was a celebration of ministry, including a record-setting food packing event that people loved. We had almost 1,000 people. It was really a fun day. The Synod assembly itself told great stories of mission and ministry, and those stories then went out from the Synod to really make a difference in lots of different places. So we really were blessed in that way. And accompanying this video today, I'm going to give you some additional information, just a snapshot of some of the work that we're accomplishing together in the Synod in key areas that we've identified that we do as a Synod, equipping leaders in all new ways, encouraging cooperation with our partners and other congregations in new and creative ways in ministry, and engaging in new mission by renewing congregations and creating new worshiping communities. We're just making good progress on all the key areas of our shared ministry. But I come to you today with a bit of a dilemma. The primary source of the resources that we use to do this shared ministry is really the mission support that comes from our congregations. Now, in the last 9 years, we've seen a significant drop in that mission support. Over the 9 years, we've gone from about a $4 million budget to last year we had about $2.6 million of support for the mission and ministry that we do. So we've seen a 35% drop in our resources to do the work that we do together in shared ministry in the Synod. And last year, between 2013 and 2014, we saw the biggest drop that we've ever seen in percentage giving to us. We saw an 8.6% decrease in the giving. And so coming into this year, we had to readjust our spending plans, and we have cut about $300,000 out of our expenses. That means that we've had to do some creative kind of things in using reserve funds, finding ways better to recapture some of our costs, cutting some of the support we have for our mission partners, and using some of the proceeds of our legacy fund to really fund our operations. I believe that we will, in the next 4 years, really need to look at the total shape of our ministry and mission together as a shared ministry in the Synod, and talk about what the expectations are for our Synod shared ministry as well as the shared ministry of the ELCA. And we're already making some adjustments to the way those shared ministries work. But rethinking these things is going to take some time. And in the meantime, it would be helpful if we could have a bit more stability and predictability in the support that we're receiving in our shared ministry. And so what I'd like to request is that you prayerfully consider holding your mission support level to the level that we received in 2014. If we could see that for the next 2 years, that would give us some room to begin to plan and rethink how our ministry and our shared ministry is shaped. So if you believe that the work we're doing is valuable in our shared ministry, then I'd also like you to consider just a small increase. Just 2% would make a big difference for us and the work we do. So we're sort of calling this plan 2014 plus 2. 2014 for 2 years, and if possible, a 2% increase. So if your support of our shared ministry was $10,000 last year, $10,200 is all we're asking you to consider. But a little bit can make a big difference in the ministry. And I commit that we'll use the abundance of God's gifts given to us wisely in the best ways we can. And we'll commit to being in conversation with you and the whole Synod about what the shape of our shared ministry needs to be in the future. And I understand that you have some costs that are hard to control, fixed costs. the facility costs that you have, salaries and compensation, heating, utilities, snow removal, which has been a real problem for us lately, and even the cost of health care. But we experience those same costs in our shared ministry together. And so our costs continue to need to be met in this time when we rethink how it is that we are Synod walking together. So I would ask that you really consider holding steady at the 2014 levels for the next 2 years, and a consideration of a 2% increase that allow us to then plan into the future. As always, I thank you for your abundance, for your gifts, for your support, and for your enthusiasm of the mission and the work that we're doing together. I am so grateful that we are your partners. If you have any questions about the material we send, or any questions about any of this, please give me a call. I'd be happy to talk with you. Thank you, and God bless.